Welcome to another episode of Chainstitch, where I am committed to sewing at least 15 minutes a day. The purpose of this challenge is because I always tell myself I don't have time to sew. I am a mom. I am a part-time coach. My child plays softball, so there's a lot to deal with that. A bunch of practices and stuff. I have to take care of the home. Not doing a great job at it right now. Relationship, full-time working mom. So there's a lot of things that can get in the way of me taking time for myself to sew. So I implemented this challenge where I can sew 15 minutes a day at least. I can go more if I want to, but at least 15 minutes. And that proves to myself that I have time, that I can prioritize time, because sometimes we just get lost in scrolling and stuff. So this challenge is me reprioritizing things and prioritizing myself and my wants. So I started July 14th and we are working on the Liliana vest from VikiSews. It is this one. And right now I'm working on a mock-up. And we progressed so much than I would have done had I not had this challenge. Today, we are starting welt pockets. I was debating on doing welt pockets on or off camera because when I sew, I like to get to a good stopping point. I also like to do, like if there's two of something, I like to do them at the same time. So I thought doing the welt pockets, excuse me, so I thought doing the welt pockets off camera, I can get them both knocked out. But I realized the purpose of the challenge is because I don't sew without it being a priority. So I have decided I'm going to do them on camera. It is just going to be a 2-day process instead of a do one at a time type thing or knock them all out in one sitting. So that is just something mentally I will be accepting. And that's okay. So it's going to be 2 or 3 days, honestly. It's a welt pocket. I'm not trying to rush through anything. Today, I believe we are just prepping the pocket. I'm lying. We're not just prepping the pocket. I'm sewing on the welts. I think I can get through sewing on the welt pieces and the pocket bag. That's what I think. But we'll see. So my watch did not charge. Honestly, I charge my watch. This is what I keep time with. I charge my watch on my computer. And I didn't realize this, but my computer went out. Not dead out, but like the power went out and it got shut off. So I don't have my watch again today. So we will just be tracking time through the time itself. Watching the time. I don't know. But I definitely don't cheat at these things because right after this, I have to do laundry. This is where I take care of the home. Today's domestic day. I have to do laundry, I have to cook, do groceries, clean the bathroom, wash the dishes, and all that. So I will work for 15 minutes and then we are done. Okay. So welt pocket. Let me get the pieces ready. So I have the front piece. This is the front to the Liliana. What is this? Vest. And she's really pointy. I don't like the dart at the front. Since this is the mock-up, I'm going to change it on the actual one, but here we just have to work with it. So what am I doing? On the right side of the front piece, mark the welt pocket frame using a chalk or a disappearing pen. Okay, I'm going to use a pencil because I want to be able to see this, and I don't want to use a chalk in case the chalk decides not to wash out. So I'm going to bend over. Oh, no, I'm not going to bend over. I'm not going to do that. So you can see, and this is part of the slit for the welt pocket. I'm going to continue it. Let me see. I believe it is a 1/4 inch. Let me make sure. All right, so using the pattern piece to just check the lines. So what do I have? So here, this is the welt pocket line. It is, yes, a 1/4 inch above and below is what we are working with. So, shucks. How long do I make this? I probably should have marked it. What am I doing? Okay. What am I doing? Oh, I haven't started my timer yet. I gotta start my timer. Hold on. Where's the front piece? Move that. Move that. That's not it. That is not it. I need to know the front piece to know how long to make it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Lining pieces. What's the back? Right here. Okay, let me see. It's not there. Is it here? Oh, squished under a pile of clothes. Yep, okay. So my pocket is going to be, let's see. Getting my ruler. My pocket is going to be 1, 2, stuck in my shoe, just kidding. Let me fold this back to see how big my pocket opening is going to be. I want to get the exact measurement, the exact length. Okay, all right. So I think it's 4. She's going to be 1, 2, 3.5. 3.5 inches long. All right. 3.5 inches long. You are back. The heck? I don't know how to block people. How do I block you? Okay. Sorry, I will block you real quick here. I don't play those games. I don't whatsoever. Okay. All right, so doing this, what did I say? 3.5 inches. So I'm going to use my ruler, draw this line. We have 1, 2, 3.5. Draw the line. I might have to use chalk because that's real dark. Okay, so I finished my line and now I'm going to draw. Am I? See, I don't want to draw the 1/4 inch stuff. So it's having me draw this. Oh, can you see it? That like that. I don't really like drawing that because it's going to stay there if I mess up or if I don't get it precisely. I don't think I need it. I just need the ending in the beginning. All right, so that's what I'm going to draw. That's what I feel comfortable drawing. Frame using chalk or disappearing chalk. Okay, let me do the other side. 3.5 inches. All right. Oh, I definitely did a better job with this one. 3.5 inches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.5. All right. And the reason why I'm counting is because my ruler broke and she doesn't start at 1. She starts, let's see. So she starts here. So I cut off a 1/4 of an inch got cut off, like 3/8 of an inch got cut off. So I have to do the math. That's okay. All right, so that's there. What piece do I need? Place the top welt to the right side of the front. All right, let me get the top welt piece. I believe that's you. Place the top welt to the right side of the front with the fold facing up. so that the top frame line matches the welt's stitching line. Yep. Pin, baste, and stitch the welt on the machine strictly between the frame's corners and backstitch. Okay, so this is my top welt piece. I need to sew it 1/4 inch above this line. So I'm going to pin it. I'm going to center it firstly. Let me see. Try and center it. Try and center it. That's good enough. All right. I'm going to stop the line. This is going to sew 1/4 inch. I have to do it 1/4 inch above the cut line, above my pocket opening line. So I'm going to pin this. If I can find my pins. Oh, I still haven't set my timer. Look at this cheating. We're at 11. No, we're not. We're at 6:54. So plus 15 minutes. Doing math and finding things at the same time. So 7:10, we will say we are stopping, but I'm probably going to go a little longer because I do need to get this to a stopping point before I stop. I'm not comfortable with just stopping. Okay, so what do I have to end? I have to end 1/4 inch. Do I? Yes. Past this guy. So I'm going to end here. Okay. Pin that right there. And then on this side, oh, she's moving. She's moving, she's moving. I have to end 1/4 inch beyond there, so right there. And now this matters because I have to end at the same beginning and same end on the top piece and the bottom piece. So my welt pocket is a nice right angle on the corners. Otherwise, they'll be slanted and they won't be as cute and sharp and clean. And welt pockets, they're only good if they look nice, sharp, and clean. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, so she's pinned in place. Let me pin her in place. Pin her in place. All right, get this in the middle. I'm okay with that. Pin her. Go out 1/2 inch. No, not 1/2 inch. We got 1/4 inch. So right here. And then do the other side, making sure this line stays flat. It's a little difficult because she's on a seam, princess seam. Okay, 1/4. So she wants to curve a little bit, but we can't have that. All right, so that's pinned. All right, so I have her pinned. Now I'm going to sew from here to here and stop right at those pins. And that's putting our top welt piece in place. Okay, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Now I am going to move my needle because that's just going to help me make sure everything is in the perfect area, the perfect lined up area that it needs to be. All right, so here. Oh, this is red on red. This is hard to see. Where is my 1/4 inch? Right there. Is it? I hope that doesn't help. I think we're okay. So taking my time. Turning on the machine. Forward, forward, forward. I do have to back stitch. Again, making sure we're staying straight over the princess seam. Oh, shoot. No, what happened? I don't know. Not on my welt pocket. So something happened. I don't know. Let's see what it is. Let us see and determine this here problem. All right. Oh, she's about to run out. Am I gonna play chicken? No, I'm just gonna re-thread my bobbin. Okay, this is what takes up time. All right. Hi, welcome. Sorry, I'll wait till after I do this to say what's happening. Okay, so hi, welcome. This is Chainstitch. This is where I sew for 15 minutes a day at least, because I always find myself saying that I don't have time to sew and never making it a priority. So these 15 minutes a day is actually helping me prove that wrong. I started February 14th, which was my birthday. And since then, I've been sewing for at least 15 minutes a day. And that has helped me progress so far. I am sewing the Liliana vest from VikiSews, a mock-up right now. And without this challenge, will not as nearly be as far as I am today. The first week I sewed the lining. Last week was the second week, and I started the main outside pieces. And today and tomorrow, maybe even Tuesday, I'll be working on welt pockets. But yeah, just proving to myself that 15 minutes a day can do so much. It is very effective. It may not seem like that. Oh my goodness, why can't I thread this? 15 minutes a day may not seem like much at all, and it's really not. But together, adding it, Mondays 15 minutes, Tuesdays 15 minutes, Wednesdays 15 minutes, right there, that's 45 minutes. So just small progression every day has proven to be very effective. So kind of proud of myself. Consistency has not been my strongest suit, point blank period. Even on YouTube, I'm going live on YouTube and Instagram, and I have not been, I'll say, daily consistent. I'm gonna pop up, I'm gonna show my posts, or I'm gonna post my posts probably for maybe 3 days, and then I'm gonna disappear for a little bit and I'm gonna come back. So this live has probably also been the most I've been content wise, and just showing up to both platforms. So proving some things to myself. So I'm in the middle of sewing the top welt piece to the welt pocket area, and my bobbin started to run out. Oh shoot. Oh, that was supposed to be flat. And my bobbin ran out, so just change that. I'm gonna start back again. I am gonna backstitch again because I had to stop in the middle, and we want these pockets secure. All right. I'm stopping directly at the pin I have marked. And that's because when we have welt pockets, we want these things to be nice and crisp. Sorry, my eye is itching. We want these things to be nice and crisp. We want those 90-degree angles. Okay, so taking that, I'm going to snip. Snip, I'm gonna snip, snip. I can't see. All right, so that's one side. Take the pins out. Just make sure. Probably should have did this first, but hey. Yeah, that's a 1/4 inch. But put this on top. No, dog, that's about 3/8 of an inch. So this is why we also measure once, measure twice, cut once. So I'm a 1/4 inch too low. So I'm actually going to remove this and redo it because I want to follow this. This has me at 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch there. So I would like this to be right and pretty. So I'm going to take this out and redo that. Or I could just stitch on top, but I'm going to take this out because I want it to be right. I want her to be right. I'm going to be gentle because this is the outside of my vest. So that's why we measure, guys. We measure before we sew. Okay. This is where we started again. All right, so that's taken out. I'm gonna take these threads out. And that's okay, mistakes happen. Second guessing happens. What matters is that you don't quit. All right. So, taking the threads out. All right, cleaning that up. Am I cleaning that up? I mean, throwing it on my floor. Taking these out. All right, so I'm gonna do this again. And it's going to be 3/8 of an inch. Center this. Yeah, that just ate up some time. That's okay. I'm gonna get the top and the bottom welt pieces sewn on, and I think that's gonna be today's stopping point. All right, so I need 1/8 of an inch. No, I need a 1/4 inch past the line. Same thing over here, 1/4 of an inch. Pinning this. All right, so now I'm gonna redo this part, stitch on top 3/8 of an inch from this edge. So I'm gonna move my needle over. Make sure it's 3/8 of an inch. I'm doing it from the edge of the presser foot because that's just easier for me to track. 3/8 of an inch, and usually I have a flashlight or something here. 3/8 of an inch. It's 1, 2, 3. All right, I think we're in a good place. Okay, now back to where we were 5 minutes ago. Stitching the top welt piece to the main front. All right. Here we go. Starting, back stitching. There. Trying to be real precise where I start and stop. Okay. That is a risk when you run things over. All right. There we go. So this one is done. Stitch that on top, and I'm going to stitch this side, not making the same mistake. Can I make the same mistake? Yes, but I think I'm set up not to. All right, so starting at that pin, going to do another 3/8 of an inch on top, or sewing 3/8 of an inch from that edge of the pocket welt. Starting at my pin, going forward, going back slowly, trying to hit that same spot. Come on. Using my wheel to help me out. All right. Making sure this is flat. Going over the seam. And stopping at that next pin. Back stitch. All right. Okay. So snipping this, got the top part done. All right, next part we are adding the bottom bag, I believe, but I could be wrong. All right, so it's another piece down. I love getting rid of the pieces. So like as you sew, there's less and less pieces to worry about. So these all started like, I'll just say 20 different pieces, but as you sew, you put them together. So 20 becomes 19, becomes 18, becomes 17. And then at the end, you have one full garment, and that is so satisfying to me. So each time I sew something onto something else is a little gratification on the inside. Okay, let me remove this pin. So here we are, we're almost done. We're not almost done. I mean, we are almost done. I have welt pockets, and I think we go to the lining, or front and back together and then the lining. So I'm thinking by next week I'll be done with this, honestly. Okay, what's the next step? Play it, yep, did that. I have to press it, okay. Press, and then I will place the bottom welt side to the front right side with fold facing down. What? with fold facing down. Match the frame's bottom edge with the welt's stitching line. This confuses me. So confusing. Okay. I'm going to press that, but this one, she has to go upside down. See, I don't know why this piece was curved, unless I sewed that wrong, but no. I don't like that, but okay, so this goes here. Does it? It doesn't. Place the bottom welt wrong side down, which means this. Wrong side. Place the bottom welt wrong side in. Why can't I read? Oh my goodness. Wow. Place the bottom welt side to the front right side with the fold facing down. So this fold is facing down, I guess. Match the frame's bottom edge with the welt's stitch line. What? What? Bottom edge with the welt's stitch line? That? With the welt stitching line, pin base and stitch the welt on the machine strictly between the frames. Back press. Something is wrong here. I don't like these instructions. Luckily, I know how to make a welt pocket, so I'm not necessarily gonna follow that because I don't know what she's saying. But after I press this, I'm going to what? You don't make any sense. If this has to go, okay, that has to go on, so that's fine. But this has to come down here. I'm presuming I have to sew across here because I have to get my triangle. I have to get my rectangle. So I don't know. Because I need a stitch down here. Oh, that's not going to be straight. Ew, that's not going to be a pretty welt pocket. Sorry. Okay, what do I do? I don't like these instructions. Where's my pocket piece? This confuses me. Top of the bag. Okay, this doesn't have any answers either. What am I doing? Okay. If I put this here, we're winging it because I don't know. I'm here. I'm gonna put this here. So what happens is if I stitch this line, this is gonna come down like this in the pocket. So this is what I need, but I don't know. I don't know. This is what I need to happen. You're not giving me the correct marks and stuff that I need. So that's frustrating. Okay. Whatever, we're winging it. It's not gonna be even on both sides. That's okay. All right, where are my pins? My pins. Okay. But I also need it to be 3/8 of an inch from this line. Oh my goodness, this is complicated. This, I don't like this. All right, where's my ruler? Ruler, ruler, ruler. Okay. Yeah, that line's not straight. I don't like that. All right, so I need 3/8 of an inch from here. Yeah, so that's where I need my stitch line at. I don't like this. This is not what needs to happen. All right, what am I doing? Let's try again. Oh, I'm supposed to press these. This is also off. Is my iron unplugged? Yes. Okay, let me plug that up. But place the bottom welt wrong side to the front right side. To the front right side with the fold facing down. Match the frame's bottom edge with the welt's stitching line. I match the frame's bottom edge to the welt stitching line. But see, what am I going to stitch on if I'm matching it to the stitching line? I like this. What is my seam allowance? I guess on this pocket. This top. It's 1/2 inch. Is it? Yeah, 1/2 inch. Okay. So I'm going to use the 1/2 inch stitch line on my pocket piece to match up with the where I'm supposed to stitch for my pocket. That is what we are doing. And then the wrong side is to there. Where's the end here? I need this 1/2 inch, and that is going to meet me here. Okay, I don't like these instructions, that's for sure. I'm going to use a chalk on this one because I can't see. And this pocket is not going to be great. My actual one, I will mark it more. Okay, so that is where I'm going to stitch, and then we should be good. If we're not, it is what it is. You shouldn't be that close to me. That's what I'm saying. All right, so matching this up with this. Getting here, my 3/8 of an inch, where that leaves me. Shoot, this one isn't that pretty either. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure these stitches are parallel. At the very least, I would like that to happen. To have a decent welt pocket, like the lines parallel, and for them to be able to create that nice right angle on the pocket edges. I at least want that. Give me that. You didn't give me good instructions, but I'm gonna try and get a good pocket edge. So doing the 1/2 inch seam allowance here and putting it where I need my pocket to start, pinning that, and then going, did I remove these pins? I did. Okay, going on the other side, finding 1/2 inch seam allowance, putting that, and then where I need to start and stop, aligning it there, pinning it in place. All right. Now I'm going to mark this line that I have to follow. Follow. Ooh, all right, this was a struggle. She was a struggle. All right, I'm going to sew that straight down. Move these out the way. I'm going to plug up my iron because I have to press both of these when I'm done. And then we will call that a day. And I will go cry in a corner. I'm not going to go cry in a corner, but I think that will be today's task. Yeah, we'll probably do 3 days of welt pockets because yikes. Yikes. All right. Plug up my iron. All right, so here, plugging up my iron so she's ready when it's time to press everything. Okay. My hopes and expectations have been lowered for these welt pockets. This is why we do a mock-up so I can see all the issues I'm having on this, and when we get to the final fabric, I'm there a lot more confident and know what I need to do. Trying to get back to that corner. Nice and crisp. One of the things that happened wrong on this welt pocket is that going over the princess seam, and not just the princess seams, it curved a little bit, so my pocket opening is not going to be straight. So on my actual one, I got to keep that in mind. Maybe it's more pinning, just something to keep it stable as I'm sewing over those edges or sewing over those seams. Okay. Oh, she's a big pocket. Maybe too big of a pocket. Okay, clipping. Okay. So this is going to be my pocket opening, and I think it is too big, but these are my parallel lines. So I will have to cut here, slit that open. Yeah, these are definitely too big. So on the actual one, I do believe it is 1/4 of an inch and not 3/8 of an inch. So my right The first time I did it, I was correct. I need to not double second guess myself, okay? The first time I did it, I was correct. And so this is just gonna be nice and flat on the inside. Is it? No, that's wrong. So this is wrong. It is supposed to be, I'm not redoing this. I'm not redoing this. I'm not gonna redo this. But this is supposed to be on the inside. Measure twice, cut once. So wrong, it's supposed to be wrong side to the right side, because when this goes in the pocket, you'll have a nice, what is happening? See, welt pockets confuse me. Welt pockets can't be done in a time constraint. What is it? What do I do? It says welt side, place the bottom welt wrong side to the right side. Okay, so yeah, so this is what it's supposed to be. I messed up on that one. But it's a pocket bag, it's on the inside, no one can see it. So again, something else to make a mental note of the next time. Ooh, wow, this is way more than 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to sew this stitch, and then we are going to call it. So sometimes we aren't 100% accurate in sewing. I've been sewing, how long have I been sewing? 11 years? 2005, we're in 2026. 20 years? 21 years? About 21 years. And I'm still making mistakes. So perfection is not expected over here. Over here, it's about the effort and showing up. I've shown up for more than 13 days in a row. So that is the win, even if I'm not killing the sewing on this thing. But that's also why we do mock-ups, do toiles to check. Make sure everything is good before we use our actual main fabric, because anything that helps you do a good job, anything that helps you make sure things are right, like that only helps you in the long run. Okay, so sew this. Okay, so now when this is inside, this still seems wrong to me. Yeah. No, okay. So this will go inside, and then you'll have a nice clean thing on the inside, as opposed to the other pocket, which is okay. I will sew that down so it doesn't irritate me, because I do plan to wear my mock-up. All right, so check the back. Yeah, lines aren't that parallel. The top one started to curve. So again, I'll fix that. I'll be more aware on the second one. This is also too wide apart. I could have done it a 1/4 of an inch and a 1/4 of an inch. So lessons learned. Lessons with the toile and using someone else's instructions. Yeah. So let me press these, and then I will call it for the day. We are at a good stopping point. My iron. Should I get my board? I should get my board. It's a crowded space right now. Let me make room. Move the machine. Move the snippies. Okay. All right, I'm gonna press this one down. And then I'm gonna press this down. Be careful, because the lining is needs a different temperature. All right, so that's done for that. And then this one, we struggled today. We did. I just woke up and sat down, so that didn't help us at all, but we made it through today's task. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little better, a little easier to understand. All right, so pressing this down, making sure not to burn the lining. All right, so, okay. And that right there is done. So, it was a slow one, less entertaining, but thank you for staying with me. Until next time, guys, keep designing your best lives. Bye.